And shout out to Hoop Sharky, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Sharky. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
Shout out to Hoop Jordan. Shout out to
Hoop Sharky.
All right, man. Sorry for the delay on that, man. I put my phone on don't disturb mode, so this shouldn't happen again. Sheesh, we had a good little conversation cooking. Y'all was on here. We were doing our thing. All right. So the part that I left out on before my audio started messing up, and y'all retype those comments, man. I wanted to address what you guys were saying. So I always appreciate you guys' feedback as we move forward. But the point I was making was Luka Doncic and Trae, as far as statistical standpoint is concerned, they're very similar. Luka's putting up, again, 26, 8, and 8. Trae Young's putting up 24, 4, and 9. So on its own merit, just a standalone merit, these are obviously two comparable careers. And it's two players to be, respected, in their both situations. Now, I saw Christian Sonye. I saw you talked about the fit of the player, and I'm going to discuss that in a bit. And so I think that's a very true thing that you stated. So I do want to acknowledge that. But, so one thing in basketball discussions that we cannot do is just do raw stats and not factor in accomplishments, because that basically gives you context about how impactful your numbers were. Because you got guys like Kevin Martin, who averaged 20 points a career, not a very impactful athlete. And I hate to say it, Andrew Wiggins, a guy I like a lot, not a very impactful pro, because his 20 points per game is a little hollow. So, that's just the reality of the game. So when we talk about career achievements, Luka Doncic being a 2-time All-NBA player, a 2-time All-Star, and then Rookie of the Year, they trump, not by a lot, Trae's his resume, which is just a 1-time All-Star. So y'all gotta know, man, making All-NBA is very, very difficult to do. That's like more or less in football when you make the Pro Bowl, but did you make All-Pro? So you make All-NBA, that's the highest of the high that you can be acknowledged for. So Luka has done more in that spectrum. That's why I say overall Luka's the better player, because he's done more and he's only trending upward. Like Luka is in the position now where he's going to be an MVP pretty soon. Trae's still on the way up. So I do want to point that out as we talk about these discussions as well. So we're not just pointing out stats and we're not pointing out memorable playoff performances, and we're talking about the whole body of work. All right. So Rap God says, shout out to Rap God as always, bro. Back to my question. Luka is the white heart in our T-Mac. Won't ever get out of the first round and win a championship. I don't agree with that, and here's why. Both of those fellas, tremendous talent. So that's not a knock to be compared to those two names. I mean, hell, with my NBA career, if you told me I would be a T-Mac or a James Harden, I would be cool with that. When in reality, my career was more like a Draymond Green. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to think that that's an indictment, like a bad thing to be compared to those two guys. But from the indignation that they aren't playoff performers, I can't say that, because Luka balled his ass off in the playoffs this year. And it wasn't, one of those things where he was looking for calls necessarily to bail him out, which he is a complainer. I get it. Luka Doncic. But you know what? A lot of European guys are complainers, man. I remember playing ball overseas, and them dudes, when they get fouled, they always do that every play. And it was the most annoying thing ever. So if you watch Paul Gasol used to do that shit all the time. Just a big whiner. As far as being them, that's yet to be determined. And I do think the Mavericks need to improve their roster. That's the damn shit. I think they're going in the direction. We talked about Jason Kidd coming. They got rid of their GM. So it's definitely trending towards that direction. So let's be frank about that. So Luka is he's going to get a better situation around him. Your second best guy can't be Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm sorry. I mean, I know Porzingis on paper is the biggest star behind him, but again, how can you trust Porzingis to be on the court? You know what I mean? So I think his everyday option to be his second fiddle is probably Tim Hardaway Jr. because he's gonna get buckets. Don't get me wrong, but when I watch Tim Hardaway Jr., I see like a Deion Waiters kind of guy. I see a Lou Williams kind of guy, just a fill up stats guy, not necessarily a guy that you can depend on to be solid, to be under control, and to win, games that are win meaningful games with his game, if that makes sense. In short, I see him as like a worse version, like a DeMar DeRozan kind of guy. And I just think you can't win with that, in my opinion. All right, Big Spell, shout out to Big Spell, says if Luka can get to play with a second star, he can get a championship. He has to play well. Yeah. And I'm going to say this too. I'm a big Luka Doncic fan. I was before the draft because I believe in the ACB league in Spain that is going to produce your guys that are going to, fare well in the next level. Look no further than Serge Ibaka. Look no further than Garbajosa. Look no further than Ricky Rubio. Look no further than Porzingis. If you play in the ACB league and you thrive, you're gonna do fine in the NBA for the most part. Now there are guys like Teodosic who didn't do so well. There are guys like even like a Calderon. You played for Barcelona, I want to say. So that league produces quality NBA players. So I knew Luka would be fine from inception. I knew he would be fine. I didn't know he would be as good as he is that quick. He exceeded my expectations. Now I'll be frank about that. So everybody kind of like, yeah, I knew Luka would be that good. Everybody, it's that recency bias shit. But in the moment, nobody knew who the hell he was. So I took it upon myself to start watching him. And I was like, if he's that young, playing that well in that league, I was like, NBA gonna be cake for him. Now, cake in the sense that it would be a slow development. It ended up being like birthday cake for that dude. Like every day is birthday, you know what I'm saying? And he was on record to say it's easier to score in the NBA than it is in Europe. And shit, I I don't know how true that is, but if you look at his numbers, who is he to be a liar saying that? All right. So Sonye's back. All right. Appreciate you, brother. He says the league is all about fit. This is a long ass comment for YouTube too. We got to get monetized so we can get these super chats popping. But the league is, but me and Sonye disagree a lot with guards. Sonye did play college basketball as well at the same school I did a few years before me. So I do respect his perspective. I disagree on a lot of shit he says. Me and him are lock and step on like LeBron stuff though. So, but it is what it is, man. All right. So Sonye in this long ass soliloquy says the league is all about fit. The Hawks were really young out the gate, all 20 years. They added some pieces and a really good coach. So now you're really getting to see how good he is. Luka would be a great player for years to come. He's too skilled with his size. He's not afraid of the moment. As far as all NBA, he's a tough accomplishment, but we have to acknowledge what the guard spot is tougher to garner versus a wing. I'll go with that. But, in this current NBA scale, the wing is a guard. We kind of diminished the notion of what a guard is. Now, I'm with you, man. I fundamentally want guards to bring the ball up. So I don't love when Bam Adebayo is a point forward. I don't love when Joker is a center forward. Is that even a term? I don't love that. I don't. I like traditional guards to be guards. Like Chris Paul is a guy I've always respected because I love the way he plays basketball. I don't love how he gets tight in tight moments and he nuts up and his damn weak ass legs always give out. I don't love that about Chris Paul, but I do love what he is. If I had to start a team, I would want a Rajon Rondo, Chris Paul kind of guy. So I do understand the sentiment. I do. But that's why I hate hybrid players. I hate combo like Jordan Clarkson's of the world. No. Lemon Pepper Lou's of the world. No. Not to build a team with. Now to come off the bench with, yeah, I love that change of speed. That's fine. The DJ Augustines of the world. No, it's like, master of all. I'm sorry, jack of all trades, master of none. I don't like those kind of players to be my leaders. So I definitely understand the sentiment. So, but I think that's a very cogent point about, what's going on with, the dynamics of the two players. Christian G says, we back, baby. We back like we never left, man. I put my phone on Don't Disturb, so there'll be no more phone calls coming in. All right, Rap God says, Rubio NBA career a bust or unfortunate situation he drafted at, which which player is Rubio currently comparable to? I think it's a little bit of both. Now, one thing I try not to do is overload excuses for players. Now, I always loved Ricky Rubio. I thought Ricky Rubio would be similar to what Luka Doncic is. But at the end of the day, every man got to look himself in the mirror, and your career going to shake out how it shake out. Now, did he start off unfavorable? Of course. He went to the Minnesota Twins. Timberwolves, where players go to die, where rookies go to die. So, yeah, I mean, and they, if you remember, they drafted Johnny Flynn that same draft. So they didn't draft Steph Curry. Oh man, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they drafted Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio, and they passed up on Steph Curry. So, I understand that. It's rough sledding. And if you remember, Ricky Rubio did not want to come play for the Timberwolves. So I think it is a unfortunate where he landed. There's unfortunately he had to go to the Suns. Now he went to the Suns before the Suns are who they are. And he went to Jazz first, which I thought was a good fit for him. I just think for Ricky Rubio to kill, he has to go somewhere where it's free flow. Because Ricky Rubio is one of them kind of guys, and he's on the trending downward part of his career. I think if he started in a place, because let me back up. Here's what the NBA does to you, man. It'll put you in a box, and pretty much you stay in that box. So guys with imagination, it's kind of hard for you to build and to move forward. So I think your Ricky Rubios of the world, you got kind of stuck in a bad place, and you can't really get yourself out of it. But you've acquiesced to being a fourth, fifth option guy when he first came, his hype was even bigger than Luka's, and he was going to be that next guy. So when your mind changes, your game changes. And so I think, him just being a veteran on a really good team and get him to that next level, that's Ricky Rubio's lane at this point. Who would I compare Ricky Rubio to? Poor man's Steve Nash. Poor man Steve Nash, a better version of Jeremy Lin. Yeah, that's about his lane. All right. This is a pointless game now, to be honest. What game you talking about, G? I missed the point Zion. I hate the point Zion BS, but pointless basketball is a good concept. Yeah, man, I don't like guys playing this amoeba. Everybody can be a point guard. I don't love that. I don't. Now, I may be an old head in that sense where I need to step up to new reality. I'm not willing to accept it. I'm not willing to accept it, man. I'm fighting that tooth and nail. You understand me? So, but yeah, Zion playing point, man. And shout out to DJ Ron Cut Truth again, man. He had a live stream yesterday, and he was talking about Zion being a point guard. And I'm just like, his hands are too sloppy. Can't break guys down in half court. He's a downhill guy. So either he's downhill or his dribbling ability is obsolete. Why the hell would you make him a point guard? I feel the same way about Brandon Ingram. And Brandon Ingram got things now. Don't get it twisted. But Brandon Ingram strikes me as the kind of guy I'm looking at me in the basket. That's it. He ain't looking at shit else. No, thank you. Christian G says the Hampton 5 death lineup works when the shots are falling. Yeah, it does. Small ball works when the shots are falling. When it's not, you're not getting those rebounds. Yeah, you're going to get your ass handed to you. And when you're better than most people you step on the court with, yeah. Hampton 5 work real good. But when you're not better than the talent across the court from you, not so much. In my boy rap voice, not so much. Rubio needs to go to Miami to be another. Yeah. I would compare him to Goran Dragic. Same ilk of player, absolutely. He should go there. I wouldn't mind Ricky Rubio playing for like the Bulls, going to San Antonio. The Rockets will take anybody. I think I can play for the Rockets right now, so I don't think that would hurt anything. Okay. G said positionless. Okay, my bad. I thought you said pointless. All right, so Justin Singleton says the new trend in the league seems to be positionless. Yeah. That's we kind of covering. All right, so man, I kind of laid out my thesis about I'll add a few more points to my Luka and Trae comparison. Then I want to bring some of y'all up if y'all want to come talk, and share your perspective. I think the big thing with And with the Christian's point, I think Trae Young is a very good fit, with the culture in Atlanta. And I think Luka is perfectly fit for what, not necessarily the city of Dallas, but what Mark Cuban wants, which is a Eurocentric type of feel for his team. And so I think those things are to be respected in the comparison. All right, so we ain't really talking LaMelo, but I will address this. Yeah, so man, I think Miles Turner. I think we all kind of agree that Miles Turner is a great addition for LaMelo because not only can he pick and roll, he can pick and pop. And as we know, Bismack Biyombo and Zeller, not the greatest bigs to be dealing with. So I think LaMelo, if he can have a guy like that who is relatively young still, I think that'd be a godsend to bring in. Hell, I wouldn't even be mad if they brought in DeAndre Jordan. Just, he's a guy you don't have to pay a lot of money for. He's a rim runner. I'm sure he has still some spring in them legs. He's a big body. So I wouldn't be mad if they went and got DeAndre Jordan. So yeah, so as far as LaMelo Ball, I would definitely not be opposed to him getting some people like that. G says, not too much of my Rockets, man. Ain't too much nothing going on with the Rockets, man. Victor Oladipo don't even want an extension. y'all are what they say, what the kids say now, man. The Rockets are down bad, man. They're down real bad, bro. Trae is a great representation to be for the face of ATL basketball. Absolutely. Absolutely. Even though Trae Young a little funny looking motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, man. Dude look like I saw somebody with like a Charms lollipop, and they I guess they ate on it, and then they rubbed it like in some hair on the ground. And it showed like scraggly hair out. Trae Young, boy, that's pretty much what he looks like, man. That's some funny shit. So I will say this too. These two are not particularly great three-point shooters. And in this league, you kind of need three-point shooting. And in fact, Luka Doncic is shooting 33% from three, which is 81st amongst qualifiable players. And Trae Young is shooting 34%, which is not great for the amount of impact they have on the ball game. And I mean, Trae can shoot that thing from the logo. But from a percentage standpoint, neither one is pretty great. So a lot of people like to compare Trae Young to Steph Curry. But if you compare percentage-wise, Steph Curry shoots career at 43%. That is unreal. And that gives you some respect about how good Steph Curry really is. To be shooting as deep as he shoots and as frequently as he shoots, shooting 43% from three, that's unheard of, man. That's unheard of. Because you say, man, I'm working on that. I can't get on and talk, but you do this anytime after 5, I'm all in. That's a bet. Rap God says, my Heat finished the Rockets like the Bucks did with Bledsoe the Pelicans. Yeah. Y'all got a good piece with Oladipo. Oladipo did not want to be there for obvious reasons. Man, if y'all never been to a Rockets game, the Houston Rockets, it's a horrible product, man. I'm just going to be frank with you. You go to a Rockets game, people in Houston treat sports now. Me being an ardent Astros fan, people in Houston are like people in Miami. Now, Houston is a city with so much to do, and it is a great city to live in. But with sports, they take a huge back seat because there's so much to do. So the cavalier nature of Houston fans is pretty despicable, man. So you go to a Rockets game, it sucks. It's like an AAU game or something. Like it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. So most NBA guys who are not, thrown exorbitant money to, they don't want to be a part of that shit. They rather go with a place where at least it's a better scenery. It is what it is. All right, Big Spell says Trae Young and Luka shoot a lot of bad and difficult shots. Yes, and their percentages show it. Yes. Rap God Reloaded. That's no lie. Y'all got fleece. Y'all got fleece like that boy on that prison show. What's his name? Fleece Walker or some shit like. Oh, good times. I say, ironically, both are really good mid-range guys. Outside Giannis, the guys have been dominant mid-range guys in these playoffs. Yeah, the mid-range is a lost art, and I'm a big proponent for it. Like that's why I love Chris Paul so much. However, the young guys tend to ebb towards shooting the three ball. So it is very interesting that those kind of guys don't get those kind of the real kind of, I'm sorry, they're not getting the results from the place where the game is kind of trending towards. So that's the point of me pointing out those percentages, because that's how the game is kind of going. But if they want to bring back the mid range, I'm all for that shit. I love the mid range. I tell people all the time. Larry Bird, greatest shooter of all time. His 3-point percentage, if you look it up, is not very good. And it's not because he couldn't shoot it. It's because he didn't grow up shooting the 3-point line. I'm sorry, shooting at the 3-point line. He grew up shooting mid range, and that's why he was so dominant. Larry Bird was a dominant player, man. A lot of people just really pawn him off as like just a guy that went against Magic. No, Larry Bird was that dude. And if two things would have happened, if Len Bias would not have passed and Reggie Lewis not have passed, you would have saw Larry Bird's career extend a lot longer. Like Larry Bird was that dude. And y'all need to understand, he could pass, he could rebound, he could shoot the hell out the ball. He was very, very smart. He could defend, even though his body was not very defense conducive. Let me put it that way. Yeah, the Hickman French Lick was a damn baller, man. So at no point do I want to undermine the mid-range aspect of basketball. I think it's very much needed. Rap God says, Christian G, at least you got Wood and KPG to build around. Yeah, I think Christian Woods is a hooper, man. To what degree, I don't know. Is he going to be more like an Eddie Griffin kind of guy with like a lot of potential, but not necessarily you got the gumption to go out there and get it done? That remains to be seen. If I'm building a team, Christian Wood is very low on my depth chart. Christian G. Christian Wood reminds me of more that Kevin Martin ilk. Like, it's just numbers, but like, are those numbers going to get you wins? Are those numbers going to be something that you can build around? That remains to be seen. So I will say that about him, but I don't want to disrespect him having this great year he had, because he been hooping, man, and it's not to be disrespected. All right, Christian G says, we are not faithful sports, only the damn Texas. Yeah, I've never been to a Texas game. I've been to NRG Stadium a lot of times. It's all right of a stadium. But yeah, the Texans are the show. That's the damn show. I haven't been to the game, so I can't really comment on how you guys cheered throughout the game. I do know y'all ain't the Cowboys, so that's all that matters. But yeah, so all right, so we got that going, man, and I want to add you guys on here. So let me see if they'll let me. Okay, yeah, they will. I'm gonna post a link if y'all guys want to hop on and say your piece about this topic. The world is your oyster. So let me go ahead and drop that right now. All right, so I just dropped the link. So if you want to hop on and talk about Trae Young, if you want to talk about Luka Doncic, the NBA playoffs, the floor is open. So y'all hop on. Just be respectful. Don't be long-winded. I hate to have to mute you, man. Some of y'all be just going on and on. But I get it, man. Everybody's not, YouTube trained, professionally trained, whatever. You want to get your opinion out there. Yeah. I do want to add, too, Trae Young is a lot better at the free throw line. And I think I trust players who can shoot the free throw consistently, especially we talking playoff basketball. If we're talking about meaningful basketball that's going to actually get you an opportunity to advance in tight spaces. So the disparity, Trae Young is shooting at 86%, Luka is shooting at 74%. Now, 74 is formidable. That is pretty much what you would expect from a big. But 86%, that's more of your Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen ilk. And I think that's just like what we call a sure shot. And I think that is indicative of why we see that Trae has been a very reliable late game scorer, because he has no fear at that point. Because, I mean, if you play basketball like I did, I'm not going to lie, I was a 50% three-point shoot. I'm sorry. What's funny? I shot a higher three-point percentage than I did from a free throw. I shot like 56% from three, 50% from free throw. Because I was in my own head, man. I get to the free throw line, I think too much. I'm too much of a thinker. 3-point line, I catch that bitch and let it fly. I was a big man. So I caught it in rhythm, that thing going. I wasn't thinking about it. Free throw line, I got too much time to think. I was like, man, if I miss this shit, fuck, I gotta make the other one. So then that's how I was literally a split. So if I hit the first one, I'm like, okay, I hit the first one. Man, I'm gonna fuck around, miss the second one. Second one, doink. Or if I miss the first one, like, all right, man, I can't be sorry. I can't miss two. All right, focus. Second one, switch. It was all in my head. And you better bet your bottom dollar, the player you watch on the NBA level, they think the same way. For the ones who think, some of them don't. Some of them are unconscious. I remember playing in Bremen, which is in Germany, what Europe, but the team that I was trying to, well, I played for a team in Mannheim, but Bremen was 2 levels up, and I was trying out for the team. And I remember in practice, the coach made you shoot, I want to say like 20 free throws in a row, and you had to run based on if you couldn't hit like 15, 16 of them. So it was very intense, like, because you got to break that mental cycle at the free throw line because it's very difficult to deal with. So a lot of players, which y'all don't understand, that they struggle in silence, man. Like they don't know how to break that shit because it's usually if you play at a high enough level, the free throw aspect of like practice, it gets kind of tossed to the side, man. It gets tossed to the side. So it's not a really big situation. It's not something you really got to deal with like that. So I do want to point out that it is very respectable that Trae is shooting a free throw at that high of a clip and also performing very well late in games. Because when they won that game 7, I remember like I was looking so I didn't get to watch the game because I was at work, but he wasn't particularly having a great game, but he had a great finish. And I think that is to be respected from a player that no matter if you're having a shitty game, when it's time to turn it on, you can turn it on. I think Trae Young has a lot of that in him. Luka, I mean, he's going to give you Luka the whole game. And so, not that he does not have it, but I do like that Trae can still turn it on at a higher clip. And his teammates seem to like his style of leadership a little better. Luka's kind of more or less it's my way the highway kind of guy. And that can lead to a lot of success as Michael Jordan, or it can lead to a lot of dysfunction as Trace McGrady. It is what it is. So, man, I dropped the link, man. Y'all want to hop on and share your opinions? You don't have to be on camera. We'll hop in no camera mode. I do want y'all to kind of share how y'all feel about what's going on, too. If you want to talk about another issue outside of NBA basketball, playoff basketball, that's cool, too. I know I intertwine a lot with the ball camp. So if y'all want to come on and talk about LaMelo, we can do that. Talk about Zoe, we can do that. Jello, ain't a lot to talk about. Ain't a lot of Jello ball talk about. I don't begrudge that man. I think LiAngelo Ball is a great human being. But an NBA player, not right now. Not right now, guys. Well, anything else I got on my notes? See, I like to take notes, man, because I'll get to talking and then I will miss out on a thing or two. But I think I covered everything, man. And thank y'all for staying with the stream through the technical difficulties. Everybody want to call me once my live start cooking. So I know next time to put it on don't disturb mode. So that was a faux pas on my part. But that's all I got, I guess, man. So if y'all, man, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Share the link. Share the word to somebody else. Okay, well, shit, you guys came on strong. All right. Shit, Texas not my squad, no way. Coach Nation. Wish you can join, yeah. All right, call me Fahu says, what's your thoughts on the floater? I think Melo floater is great and should be shot more. I think the floater, I mean, because even Trae Young uses that too, even Steph Curry. The floater is a great shot to get you in a position when you can't finish at the rim, but you still can get a shot in close proximity. And I think it's a lost art. So when guys use that floater, I love it because it's a great shot to use. So with LaMelo with his floater being as long as he is, as tall as he is, I think that is an excellent and pretty much underrated part of his game that a lot of people don't talk about. Yeah, so I'm a big floater fan. Even my big ass, man. Well, I'm 6'7", I'm the same height as LaMelo, but when I played, I was a big man. Sometimes I get to the lane, I throw that floater up. That floater it's damn near unblockable. I ain't seen too many times where a floater got blocked. So yeah, if you master that shot, that's like damn near like a sky hook. Yeah, for sure. Rap God says, who has one of the best mid-range jumpers in my humble opinion, is DeRozan, Booker, Tatum, Middleton, Kawhi, and PG. Yeah, that's a great group. I would throw CP3 in there. CP3. Shit, I would even throw Steph in there too. Yeah, I think that's a good group. Mid range, man. I even throw Carmelo Anthony in there. Like I love the mid range shot. Like to me, when I see guys like what's that fucker name for the Rockets? Well, he's for the Daryl Morey. Just basically want to eradicate the mid range shot. I just think that's BS, man, because the mid range is literally like the counter shot to the long ball. The mid range is the counter to driving. Like it's right there, intermediate from two different, abused parts of the court. So if you can master that intermediate part, man, you're gonna keep your defender guessing the whole time. And I know it's a quote unquote low percentage shot, but at the same time, it's not, because what you're doing is you're building towards stepping back deep. You're building towards getting back to the paint. So it's a necessary shot to, as if you play sports anywhere beyond JV, the whole point is to keep the defense honest. And the mid-range is the perfect keep the defense honest shot, because if the person is sitting on your 3-ball, you give them a hezzy, head fake, boom, get that mid-range money. Or if he lacking off of you, step in, get that mid-range money. Say you missed a 3 or 2. The mid-range is perfect, man. It's a perfect shot. Rap guys say, I'm not YouTube trained. That's funny. That's funny. No, I get it, man. It's YouTube is a thing, man. It's hilarious, man, of how wild this world can get. I just approach anything I do unabashedly, so I had to make myself get used to this. But yeah, it's a trip, bro. I'm not mad at you one bit. All right, my boy Grady, Mr. Windmill Green. That boy Grady can windmill like better than anybody I've seen in my life. Luka use a floater too. Yeah, Luka as well. Like most Euros use that floater. Great move, because most Euros can't go dunk on somebody. So the floater is your counter to going there and just dunking on somebody. Let's see. Smooth Shave 4YT says every player should be able to score at 3 levels. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. And even if you can't shoot the deep ball, man, everybody can't shoot the deep ball. You should at least be able to score mid-range at the rim. At least. But yeah, so your ideal player that you want now, like I look at like a Imani Bates coming up the rim. Yeah, he's gonna be a 3-level scorer. Imani Bates gonna be that deal, man. It sucks for you Rockets fans that y'all not getting the Imani Bates. Well, no, because you second pick, so you wouldn't even get him anyway. So if I was the Rockets, I would tank again. If I'm anybody who sucks, you tank for Imani Bates. Imani Bates, boy, that young man a problem. That young man a problem. Man, if I was in any NBA circle and we had our 2022 board together, I'd be like, listen, man, if we're not making the playoffs, we taking for Imani Bates. Y'all put this on the stamp right now. Imani Bates is a can't miss player because he can score at all 3 levels. He's been doing this since he's like 15. And he's not afraid. That kid not afraid. No, he's 2023. Because he's a senior right now. Yeah, 2023, I'm sorry. So this year, play your league out. But next year, tank for that guy. That guy's going to be hooping. All right, Rap God says, Lonzo has one of the most underrated abilities to shoot the mid-range and finish at the rim. He should utilize the midi more often in that bank shot. Yeah, Lonzo, it's like, you know what's funny, man? Lonzo kind of like a robot. It's almost like based on his approach, you can tell what he's about to do to finish. And I wish he had a little more spontaneity about his game like his younger brother is. But yeah, you can kind of tell what Lonzo got on his mind based on how fast he's dribbling, of how the defense looks. He kind of defaults to his own little things. But yeah, so the midi that he's taking in, that's great. Because Lonzo's biggest challenge is he's going to have to keep the defense honest in the half-court set. So that midi is going to be great. The floater is going to be great. Now, Lonzo, you used to try to attack the rim off and on kind of hard, but he got that ability. Like, Lonzo he's athletic, man. He just, you know what? Lonzo remind me of one of my teammates in JUCO. I had a teammate in JUCO named Bo. Like this dude legit had like a 45-inch vertical. Like dude could get up like 6'4", 6'5", and could dunk like Sean Kemp. Now I could too, but Bo a little shorter than me. But Bo just was, man, he was dumb athletic. Like, but in the game, he wouldn't do that shit. I'm like, Bo, nah, what you doing? Bo wouldn't dunk on people like that in the game. Now I would. Now I would say this: Bo's a 1-foot dunker. I'm a 2-foot dunker, so his dunks look prettier than mine. But I don't care how ugly my shit look. My mentality was when I got to junior college and then to D1. If I got the opportunity, I'm gonna put your ass in that damn rim. Unless I was tired. If I was tired, then that's a whole different story. But Boji, he just would not dunk on people like that. But in practice, like it looked like you watching a damn pro dunk. And that's kind of how Zoe is. Zoe got a lot of athleticism, but Zoe, for whatever reason, in his mind, he don't want to challenge people like that in the game. And it's mental. It really is, guys. It's mental. Everybody don't have that same mental makeup. Everybody don't have that same gumption. Just go tear the rim down like a Russell Westbrook, which I give Westbrook a lot of guff. But at the same time, I respect what he about as far as, he gonna force the action on some people. He gonna try to dunk your ass. He gonna try to embarrass you. And I don't dislike that. I like that in the player. I just hate everything else about his game. I hate everything else about his game, to be frank. But yeah, so he definitely should utilize that a lot more. I'm gonna drop this link one more time, man. Somebody want to step up. Even if you gotta go against something I said, I welcome all comments. I welcome everything. Because I know I don't know it all. I know a lot. But I'm welcome to different opinions out here. All right. So yeah, we talked about that. We talked about the other thing. And so I am looking forward to where the NBA is going because, again, I got to step outside my old head knowledge. I can't be thinking that my way of thinking is the only way of thinking. I know the NBA is moving forward towards where it is now. We're shooting the three a lot. And, I embrace it. Call me a who says I would, but I'm at work. I get it, man. I truly get it, bro. I get it. So I end the stream here, man. So yeah, so subscribe to the channel if you're not done so already. I love doing these things, especially when y'all being interactive. Y'all been super interactive, especially through my technical difficulties on the first stream. And that's all I got, man. So until next time, Hoop Jargon, we out of here. Let me go ahead and put my video back up.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to
Hoop Jargon.